Hey, Team Human, Sunshine here. Tonight, I want to talk about, frankly, what is most important to me at this moment and getting through things, and hopefully convince you to consider this idea. And it's about perspective. Perspective is a powerful, big, juicy word. And I know, we are all writing a story at every moment, aren't we? We're either describing what's going on as good or not good, painful or pleasant. How much control do we have over the story we're writing? Well, the biggest place to start is to say, wait a minute, I am constantly all day long telling myself a story about my life experience. I am defining reality all the time, and we're all doing this. Sadly, there's no way for me to understand really your story. We see very little, frankly, about what other people are enduring in life because it's just impossible to turn your brain inside out and say, hey, you want to come in here and look around? No, you don't want to do that because it's kind of dark. But if we seize this amazing power we have to realize our life experience is really driven by the story we're telling ourselves in any given moment. What is my perspective on this moment? I have control over that, don't I? It's an interesting conversation right there. How much control do we have over what's happening? But what could be more important than saying, wait a minute, I'm going to consciously choose how I see things and what's going on in order to live more peacefully. And frankly, when I lay my head down at night, maybe I'll fall asleep, hopefully I will, what am I going to say I did today? What happened today? And so, but if it's a story and we're the ones writing it, can we choose a different perspective? And I know we can. I've had some success with this. I feel like I'm wrestling, a big monster in a way because what I am dedicating myself to is going towards the light, towards a more positive, happy view of things. I'm not suggesting that circumstances are good or happy. We're all being tortured continually by the environment and certainly by other humans. But we can literally grab that story and say, wait a minute, my focus, my goal is going towards the light. And here's a couple of ideas that help me consciously choose a lighter way of being in this world, of not trotting through it like this, but going, hey, how are you today? One of a big, powerful idea for me is to know the light is always there. The brighter, happier, more relaxed you is always there. But we're just choosing to write a different story this moment. So wait a minute, if the light's already there, why am I not going over there? I am going to seize the very important truth. These are my truths, okay? What we're revealing tonight is that going towards the light makes me feel a lot better. The light is always there and it's always available. And I know with time that all trapped, stuck moods resolve into a lighter feeling that will return to my heart. So can I choose that lighter perspective in the midst of awful or just in the midst of, I feel constantly like I'm here on the railroad track, and the past, the guilt, the shame is coming, and then fear of the future, fear of uncertainty, boom. And I can often get pushed and pulled by those forces of, being stuck in the past and letting my brain go there, going, gosh, why have I lived the way I have? Or just being scared of what's next. And so I'm on the goddamn railroad tracks, and these trains are coming at me, but I can just poof, I wish them away, and I write a different story. My goal is to go towards the light. It's always there, and when I invite it in, it will settle into my heart. And what's also really helping me as I turn towards the light, and push away the awfulness, is using the light as my emotional anchor. You can anchor yourself to awful, or you can anchor yourself to the light and a more pleasant reality, because we're creating our own realities. And I wish I could see yours. Oh, what I would give to give inside another human and really see what stories they're telling themselves. I wonder what that would be like. Wouldn't that be fun? We can talk to each other. We can write. We can, obviously, we can video at each other. Lots of ways of displaying my life experience, sharing it with you. But I will only get a little teeny bit of what's really going on inside you. Even if you're close and near, I have a limited capacity to understand your reality. But I do know that I'm writing the story. And I choose which way to go. We have a responsibility. Think about that. You have a responsibility to yourself to choose what is your emotional anchor. I believe that any useful perspective is first created by, what is my intention here? What is my goal? Do I want to turn towards the light, be a more relaxed, centered, calm human? You'd be surprised how often people will come up and, smile at me when I'm relaxed and happy. But if I'm glower girl, I have two personalities. We have sunshine and we have glower girl. People are we can sense each other's vibe from across the room. You can tell by someone's body language how they're carrying themselves, how tense they feel, how their brow or furrowed. They're like, hey, you, how you doing today? Why don't you come over here and we'll have a little low-calorie treat. So what I'm trying to share with you tonight is I'm having some success with deciding to go towards the light, to know in my heart that the light is always there. I'm not saying the darkness isn't there, but what are we focusing on? What is the story that you are writing this moment about your life experience? And if you choose, whatever you choose, be conscious of it. Go, God, I'm creating this reality. Be conscious of it and be powerful in your own life and saying, I'm going to choose which way I'm pointing my nose. And I'm going to go up, 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 up. We can really, I think, control some of our life experience with a deep, committed view of the human experience. So try that. Say, wow, where do I want my head to go? And then literally your head will go there if you commit to it. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, ad nauseum. I believe we are writing the story. We're choosing our perspective on the world. So really try to take that in and challenge yourself. Say, wait a minute, do I have to be, really concerned about getting that bill paid tomorrow? Tomorrow is going to come, and what happens happens. But I ain't standing on the goddamn railroad tracks anymore. The past and the future ain't gonna get me. I'm actually just gonna go down a different road. Choose the light. Know it's there. Know it's gonna return to your heart. And choose your emotional anchor. These are my truths, and we'll talk more about truths because I find that a confusing word, but it's very, very useful to seize what I want. And I want to be lighter. I want to be happier. I want to be more balanced. When somebody comes into a room and sees me, I don't want them to see a tense, nasty, bitter woman. I want them to be eager to engage with me, and pleasantly. You'd be surprised. If you're pleasant, choosing the light, people are going to react really positively to you. But if you're just stuck in your, self and ego-centered doom, as we like to call it, boy, you're going to get a different reaction in the world. So seize your power, and I hope you'll choose the light. I know most of you will. Well, maybe all of you. Wouldn't that be great? We'll just be warriors of lightheartedness. Could happen, but let's be lighthearted in this moment. Let those shoulders go. Sit straight. Let your shoulders go. Screw your head on straight. Breathe. And be grateful. Be grateful that we do have some control here, but are we using it? Thanks. Have a great night, folks. Sunshine.